In this next video, I'm going to tackle a much more difficult song. This song is not on the grid. It speeds up and slows down, and it's got some interesting tempo changes and meter changes. So it's no Dr. Luke, Miley Cyrus dance track. It's hard to do. And I've already got the file imported. It's the Beatles, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I've already got it dropped in at 10 seconds, so I got a nice pre-roll into the track. And we're going to identify the beat of the first transient. Guitar, what is that, an organ? I honestly don't know exactly what that instrument is. And I'm right on it, and I'm going to identify the beat as bar 1, beat 1. So I go out of identify beat, or Command I, and I'm going to call it bar 1, beat 1, and go for it. And listen. Oh, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's in 3. And of course, I did that so quickly, I actually made a 4/4 beat marker. I could have identified it as 3/4, and I could change that right now, or I can just click on the 4/4 there and make it 3/4, and that'll solve that problem. Still need to define a start of another bar to get my tempo correct. So we're going to do that on 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's bar. This should be the 3rd bar. It's hard to see it, but that's the transient right there. So we're going to say identify beat, call that beat bar 3, and zoom out, kind of watch my counter up here, make sure the counting's right. 2, 3. I got it. It's not perfect though, so we're going to add some more. In fact, we're going to have to add a lot more. It's guessing the tempo is 121.0227, and I'm going to have to add a few more in here to get the tempo to stabilize. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5. The bass comes in right nicely there, and a little Paul McCartney, easier to define there on the right channel. So I'm going to identify beat and call that beat bar 5. And checking my tempo out here, zooming out. The tempo's a little faster. Right on the bar there, and you can see my grid is totally off from the background lines there. Those are the grids you can turn off with that button right there. So I definitely going to need to add a 8, 3. Wow, it's confusing. Let's try making it 9 and seeing if that lines it up. Going 2, 3, 1. Yes. As you can see, I'm doing every 2 bars here, and it's definitely tempting to do it, every 4 bars, that kind of thing. But man, once you get off, it's kind of hard to go back. You have to delete all your markers, and that's no fun. Notice the tempo speeding up there. 1, 2. Somebody calls you. I really should put a marker right there. So I'm zooming in, and I'm kind of right there. And if I'm off a little bit on the transient, it's not a big deal. It's going to be bar 14. That time I went 4 bars, hoping that's okay. A little late, so change it up. 2, 3, 1. Zooming in, and I'm guessing right there. Yeah, that's a little cymbal hi-hat pickup there, so we're going to do it after the pickup. So I'm guessing 24 is the bar number. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, my counter's still lining up, but 2 bars later, I can see I'm kind of off, so I'm going to put it right there, and that's going to be 28. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Feels much faster, and I'm going to confirm that in a second. Yeah, it's about right there. So put a marker in. Looks like we're on bar 32. I'm going to zoom out for a second and look. Oh, my tempo's all the way up to 141. That's a lot of speed up. So I'm going to roll back and look at the counter, make sure I haven't messed up. 1, 2, 3, 1. Nope, they're just speeding up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So right there. That's the beat, so let's define that as, and I'm going to define it here. It's going to be bar 36. Roll back, check out my counter to make sure I didn't make any boo-boos. Wow, it got up to 146. It's quite a bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3. And it's in 4/4. Wow, that's cool. So the song changes between 3 and 4, and that's what's one of the known things about the song is the verses are in 3 and the choruses are in 4. So I actually need to change my meter there. So this little marker, we're going to double click on it. We're going to say we're in 4 now, and then you think my tempo's the same? Right. Well, let's watch it. 2, 3, and the counter is in no way aligned, so I actually need to define a new tempo. So we can see it very clearly. These snare hits are 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think the tempo's a lot slower. I'm going to be really attentive here, and I'm just going to mark all 4 of these things. So this is going to be bar 2. This is going to be the same bar, beat 2. This is going to be beat 3, same bar. It looks like it's 36, so make that beat 3. And then that's going to be beat. It looks like I'm pretty close there. So this is probably beat 1. I'm skipping beat 4 because it looked like I was really close. Call that beat 1 of the next bar and see how close my tempo is. So 1, 2, 3. And the tempo's already moving around because, they're not playing to ukulele. 2, 3, 4, 1. So we could go right in there and make a grid. 2. That's going to be 38. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So I'm kind of skipping every bar right here. Hopefully I don't mess it up. It's going to be 42. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1. And right there is the end of my bar. And that's going to be hard to find, so I'm going to pick a little rhythm a little earlier and define it there. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use that beat 4 right there where the snare came in. And define that, and boy, I'm really off with my counter, so I'm going to roll back and find out what's going on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like I'm pretty close. I'm really close, actually. I don't know why I was confused that time. Identify beat and just call it beat 4 right there. And I'm going to try to find that 1. It's kind of right there. So there's 1. And if you listen on, this is where the song goes back into 3. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I would define that as going back to 3. Now I'm not going to do the rest of the song while I'm making a video. That would be ridiculous. But you can kind of see that I've got a grid.